This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Have you ever gotten like an incredibly big ticket?
I think the worst I've ever gotten was getting pulled over, and then it was like a $300 and something speeding
so
ticket.
You were ripping.
I was ripping to the point where I was getting a lot of speeding tickets back in the day, and I had to do the whole course. You know that course you do where they give you...
Defensive driving course
That's
or whatever?
exactly right. So then if you finish it and pass, they'll add on an extra like 5 demerits or something. Sorry. They'll take off the demerits. Yeah. But ever since then, I've been a very good girl. Sometimes I do blow through stop signs, but it's an accident. I didn't see it.
Okay. I've driven with you enough to know that you're completely BSing, that you're not a good girl out there. You were on a war rampage when you're driving.
I've got places to be, people to see. No, I try my best to be safe.
I can't even say it. Well, at least you're not this guy. Story is taken off over the weekend on Saturday. Fort Saskatchewan RCMP pulled over a guy who was not only impaired.
What?
But going 185 kilometers an hour.
On the highway.
Yeah, in a 100K zone. So that's a ticket. I can't imagine how much that is. 85 kilometers over the speed limit.
When did this happen?
Just this weekend.
Oof.
But like, you're impaired and driving recklessly at 185. You were a missile that is going to hurt somebody.
So how much is that ticket worth?
Hopefully he loses his license forever. My guess is it's in the thousands for sure.
Yeah.
Like probably 3-4K is just the speeding portion. And then he will lose his license.
What's the biggest ticket you've ever gotten? Can you remember a specific ticket that you were like, oh, I can't believe I have to pay this?
Yeah, nothing extreme. I mean, it's kind of boring to say, but like 25K over the speed limit, something like that.
I'm just trying to piece together or do the math of how many parking tickets I have that I've just never paid. That's terrible to say, but...
Yeah, that's with like the parking companies, not the city.
Correct.
The city
ones
makes you pay.
I always make sure to pay.
Well, they make you pay it,
yes.
right?
Yeah, no, but as far as
just waiting to get towed,
I look exactly like Jim Carrey in that one scene of Liar Liar when he gets pulled over, but he's already at that point where he can't lie.
Right.
And the cop's like, is there anything else you'd like to tell me? And he's like, yes. And he opens up his glove compartment and like hundreds of parking tickets come out. I haven't paid any of these. Matt wrote in saying, I got caught back in 2007 doing 220 driving from Edmonton to Calgary. I got a $450 careless driving ticket. Needless to say, I got off very easily. Yes, I would agree with that. That is way too fast.
220?
Ricky says $1,400 for me, but doesn't give any context. So what happened, Ricky? We're very nosy, in case you haven't noticed. Tyler texted into our show. Good morning, Tyler. Saying, I got an open liquor ticket at Big Valley Jamboree. I kind of forgot about it. And years later, I got pulled over at a red light. When they ran my plates, they handcuffed me, patted me down, the whole deal.
What?
Okay, but like, why are we getting open liquor tickets at BVJ? Like,
yeah.
Unless you were underage.
I got a public intoxication ticket once for peeing on Jasper Ave.
Okay, one time I jaywalked on Jasper Ave. Hefty ticket if you jaywalk. Don't do it.
You got
like
a big one?
$400. Well,
what?
It was my girlfriend Jill that walked across and told me to do it. So she was like, I'll pay for the ticket. And I was like, well, I'll give you some money. She's like, no, I told you to jaywalk with me. I'll take the ticket. She was like crying. It's this whole thing. Cop didn't care. But also, like, get a life. We're just trying to have fun on a Saturday night.
Yeah, just try to play in traffic, officer.
Sarah wrote in saying, most ridiculous ticket. I managed to avoid the ticket, but about 10 to 15 years ago, I got pulled over on my motorcycle for quote unquote stunting. What did I do? I flipped someone off who cut me off to the point where I was pushed onto the shoulder of the road.
I guess it would be stunting if you like flip the double bird while you're driving a motorcycle.
And your front wheel was in the air.
Yeah, so you pop a wheelie and give the double middle fingers. That is definitely stunting.
This text here, first time texter, $3,500 photo radar ticket. EPS delivered the ticket. There's a bit of a story behind it, but yeah. Okay, well, what's the story?
How do you get a $3,500 ticket?
Carlana says $400 reckless driving ticket. I went to court, got it lowered down to $200 for failing to stop at a stop sign, resulted in getting hit by a semi, and I wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
Okay,
lesson learned.
Making some bad decisions while driving that day.
You know, one time I was in a parking lot. So there was a girl that lived down the street from me. Her name was Rhiannon. Great family. And they would take me with them everywhere when they do fun things. And when we were in the parking lot of a mall, I took my seatbelt off before we had actually parked in a stall.
Okay.
And it was the first time that a friend's parent ever yelled at me. Okay. So I had no idea that it's unsafe to take your seatbelt off until you've completely parked the vehicle. At least they were very, very cautious, even in parking lots.
Well, when you're with somebody else's kid,
that's very true.
You're very protective.
Also, it made me realize my parents do not care. Because I'm like, I always take my seatbelt off, or they just didn't notice I was doing it. But her parents were so aware of safety in parking lots. They were like, you never take your seatbelt off until we have completely parked the vehicle and taken out the key. And I was like, ugh. And ever since then,
yeah,
I do not take my seatbelt off
that's a good lesson,
until I'm
then.
parked. Yeah, seriously.
It is crazy how much that's changed. Like when I was a kid, I remember my mom used to drive me to indoor soccer in Lloyd, half an hour drive.
Okay.
And I used to sit on the floor of the passenger seat because it was closer to the speaker so I could get pumped up.
And your mom just didn't care that you were laying down like a pretzel on the floor of the car?
Yeah. Like if we would have gotten in an accident, I would have been in probably the worst position ever for it.
She was probably like, oh, well, at least this is the way he stops talking. So I'll just let him lay down there and do whatever he needs to do.
Yeah, but like I can't even imagine that now.
No.
Like allowing a kid to do that. I wouldn't. Like it's just not a thing.
You don't even start driving the car out of the driveway until you see that kids have their seatbelts on.
100%.
Yeah, times have definitely changed.
You have a crazy ticket story about a non-ticket. What's up?
So I met this guy who was a police officer, and I got in his car and we're driving to a restaurant, and he is going like 30 plus over the speed limit. And then he got pulled over, and he showed his badge to the police officer and was like, oh yeah, I'm a police officer, so don't worry about it. And so he got off without a ticket. It seemed like he was trying to show off a lot. So
do you think that he hired that cop, or it's his friend and he told him to pull him over so he look cool?
I don't know. It was it seemed a little staged, to be honest, but it was like he planned it in his head, like, I'm going to speed and possibly crash just to impress this girl.
So S Club 7 just announced that they're going to be doing a UK tour starting in October, which is great. But I didn't realize that some of the band members will get together sometimes and do small gigs leading up to this. Okay?
Right. Well, they got to make their money somehow, right?
So now that they're in the news, we're finding out about these huge letdowns of these little gigs that they do. There's one where it was supposed to be 2 members, okay? Tina and Bradley. And they confirmed that they were going to perform at a 150 capacity venue in Newport for just $23 a ticket.
Okay.
The event was titled Flashback Fridays. And of course, unsurprisingly, the tickets sold out in a matter of seconds. Only one of them showed up. Tina didn't show up. You are going on tour. This is bad press.
Yeah, S Club 1.
Okay, that was my joke. I can't believe you just stole my line. What am I supposed to say now? I guess there is a party I guess there is no party like a S Club party.
Yeah, sorry for stealing that.
Oh!
It's Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay.
Brought to you by Cal Mustara, your real realtor with Maxwell Progressive.
All right, this is how the game works.
We've got Amanda on the line. First time getting through as caller 7, so that's really exciting.
You're going to pick a teammate, Amanda, either Lisa or myself. We will send them out of the room, and we're going to give you 5 words. You tell us the first word that comes to mind for each, and you want to try to think like your teammate, because they'll come back in and do the same thing for everyone that matches. It's $25. If you hit all 5, it's $1,000.
Ooh!
Who would you like to roll with today, Amanda?
I think we're going to do Ryder.
Okay. So Ryder's going to leave the room. He doesn't know what my 5 words are at all. And Amanda, I'm going to start the timer right after I say the first word, okay?
Okay.
He is gone. Let's do this. Amanda, what comes to your mind when I say birthday?
Cake.
Garbage.
Bag.
Envelope.
Mail.
Pickle.
Jar.
Wrinkle.
Wrinkle.
Yep.
Old.
Good job. Those are some very solid answers. Come back in, Ryder. Amanda crushed it.
Yay!
So you better step up on a Monday. Let's give away some money. Are you ready?
Yes.
What comes to your mind, Ryder, when I say birthday? Birthday.
Cake.
That's correct. Oh, I was so nervous because that one could have party. It could have
Age.
yeah, but like that's
Cake
a stretch.
was the answer.
Cake's the answer. You've won $25 so far, Amanda. Let's keep it going. Envelope.
Letter.
Mail.
What?
No! And you had so much confidence there. Both great answers. So we're not winning $1,000, but we have potential to win $100 today. So let's make that happen. Garbage.
Okay, she said birthday cake. Garbage. That's a tough one. I'm going to say can.
Bag. Pickle.
Okay.
Pickle. Come on.
Jar?
Yes. Oh, sorry. I yelled into the mic.
A little too excited
Sorry.
there, Lise.
We've got $50. Let's send her home with 75. What comes to your mind when I say wrinkle?
Cream?
Old.
Oh,
You know what,
dang.
Amanda? $50 is $50.
Yep.
Thank you for playing.
Yep.
Great game.
Yep. Good job, Amanda. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Her answers were good,
They were,
right?
you know what?
That was tough.
Both of you did really good. Here come all the haters on the text line. I can almost guarantee it. Lisa, your words are too hard. I'm trying my best here, okay?
Next chance to play tomorrow morning at 7:50. Talking about the most ridiculous ticket that you've gotten.
This first time texter, well, they've texted once before, but no name. So if you are writing into our show, we'd love to hear your name so we could give you a shout out. Got a ticket for angle parking, and it exceeded 60 degrees for backing into a smart car instead of parallel parking it. In a smart car?
Yeah, you should be able to
Wait.
park however you want in a smart car.
No, that is untrue. Smart cars are my nemesis because you
What?
think you have this like golden parking stall, and then once you get closer, it's a smart car.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. But like I'm saying, even in parallel parking, a smart car should be able to just park sideways or like.
Because they're that small.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, for people, if you're listening and you also own a smart car, what is the draw? Are you just somebody who doesn't ever buy anything bigger than a pea?
No, they just don't like paying for gas, I think is the main thing.
But
They're
what
really.
if you go to Home Depot and there's an amazing plant on sale? What are you going to do? Do you strap it to the roof of your car, or do you just walk away and go, oh, I guess I can't have that because
You get it delivered.
You can do that?
Yeah, I think so. You can get all stuff delivered these days.
I literally got an SUV so I could get bigger plants. So that is really disheartening to hear. Nicole wrote in saying, I got a $405 rolling stop ticket in Beaumont. What's with the extra $5?
Yeah, it should
That is
be
just a
400.
slap in the face.
Yeah,
Like, just
totally.
make it 400.
Or even do what like a lot of sales driven decisions are and make it $399 so it feels like it's just a $300 ticket.
Yeah.
Right?
You got to have that 3 on there, and then it doesn't hurt as much.
I always listen to you guys on the radio, you and Lisa. So traffic ticket stuff you're talking about.
Yeah.
I drive part-time on weekends taxi service in St. Albert. About 3 months ago, I picked a lady up. She's about 18, 19 years old in an apartment, and she was outside the door. I just dropped a lady up, and she's like pregnant, right? I go, I really need a ride to the hospital. I go, oh, yeah, look, won't get in. So I phoned the hospital in St. Albert, and I go, okay, we're going to open the doors. You bring her here, and whatever like that, and we'll drop her off. I said, okay. So 2 weeks later, I get a $186 photo radar ticket.
No.
Yeah. Laugh because, no good deed is ever done. So I went back and I asked, I said, did she have a boy or a girl? What's going on with the girl? They go, we can't tell you because of the confidentiality act and whatever else.
Sure.
So I said, okay. So it cost me $186 to take a pregnant lady
And you don't even get to find out what she had.
No.
Too bad.
Okay, I wonder if he mentioned that he's a cab driver in St. Albert. I wonder if that's Ponytail Tony.
Who's Ponytail Tony?
The one and only Ponytail Tony.
I don't know what that means.
Well, I grew up in St. Albert. So when I was going to the bar all the time, we'd call, and it was always the same cab driver that took us all the way to Argyle. We went to Union Hall all the time.
There was only one cab driver in St. Albert?
Pretty much.
And that's Ponytail Tony.
I think so. He would smoke with the windows rolled up.
That sounds like
van?
Ponytail Tony. I don't even know him.
Maybe that was him. But
Very likely.
That was also a long time ago. There's probably more cab drivers in St. Albert now.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Hey,
Yeah.
probably 20 years ago for you.
What are you doing right now?
What?
What is the point of giving a year, like the actual year? And that's wrong.
Okay. So the Alberta budget hits tomorrow.
Yeah, it does. It's going to have an overflow with surplus. We know it's going to happen.
Well, and they're trying to buy the election, right?
Yeah.
And this isn't just them. It
No.
happens every time there's an election. The budget that comes out right before it has massive promises, especially when you have the advantage of a massive oil surplus. So it's going to be an interesting day. You and I have both brainstormed some ideas. If we were in politics, the LP party,
Yep.
yours, loser.
No, Lisa.
Oh, sorry. And I'm the RP party, or RAD. You just let us know. We're each going to throw you 3 things that our government would put into place.
Yeah, if we were the ones making the announcement
Who would you
tomorrow,
vote for?
we'd be going Facebook Live from the LP page and the RP page.
I feel like we could have done better with our names.
know.
We spent too much time thinking about what we were all about.
Yeah, we're thinking about the important things.
For example, if you vote for the RP, government's going to promote kickbacks for flights to get the hell out of here in the winter. $200 for every person who needs a break from the cold.
No, we need the money to go into our own economy.
No, it's great because that way we get a break. People come back refreshed and just kick ass for Alberta.
I disagree. They're going to come back and be like, why am I here?
No.
Okay, whatever.
Please
If
don't debate my ideas.
That's what we're doing here.
No, you're just pitching them.
If you voted for the LP, Tim Hortons, we would make sure that they bring back the Boston Cream Supreme with the actual whipped cream inside. And I would even budget to have the proper refrigeration so that the whipped cream does not go bad. And that's why they took it off the menu in the first place. And we've all been upset since, and we've all been miserable since.
That's what you're starting on? That's your first pitch? That's the best you could do?
It's not the best I could do. I saved the best for last.
Well, I guess we'll see. My next government incentive for this upcoming budget would be to make the mind bender even more mind bendy. So
We're getting rid of it.
I know, but that's a big space to do something wild. How about a government funded roller coaster? It could be called like Taxes, and it's just a wild ride.
If you voted for me, I would make sure that we have heated snow plows to take on our awful winter roads, and we would call them snow nose. Because they would heat and melt all of the snow, and there'd be no more salt on the roads that ruins your vehicles. The windrow piles would be no more, and you could all call me Professor Hinkle, who's the bad guy from Frosty the Snowman that melts all the snow.
Where are they supposed to build forts if you get rid of the windrows? You just don't care about the children of Alberta?
Of course I care about the children of Alberta. They will have their own safe space of windrows on their school properties.
Oh, it sounds like a whole new pitch.
Well, I would get to that if you voted for me. We could talk about this further.
And my last one is just giving people what they want. I don't know if this is necessarily healthy or not, or a good decision.
Everybody gets a free fried chicken burger every Monday?
No, they're not going to want it. Government-funded Ozempic.
Okay. My last one is budget to get everyone their own talus balls. Whether you want some for your backyard, you could get them in mini form like little talus ball earrings or a cute little necklace. Everyone can get a piece of Edmonton to represent it. They can even get some that hang off the back of their truck.
You
Okay.
just lost everyone that was going to vote for you, I think, with that last pitch. That was a terrible idea.
Who would you rather vote for with our 2023 budgets?
Let's just go over very briefly what they were again.
Okay.
I've got government kickbacks for flights to get out of here in the winter, even if it's for a week.
How much?
$200 per person. Maybe I'll make it 3. The next is a government-funded roller coaster replacement for the Mindbender, and then Ozempic. Who wants it?
Mine is bringing back the Boston Cream Supreme donuts at Tim Hortons, having heated snowplows called Snow Nose, and everybody gets their own Talus ball.
The Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Play 107.